Hi all, welcome to the Polco Minute, where you hear the latest best practices and news in local government and civic engagement. I'm Angelica Waddell with this week's headlines. Our first article today offers an update on when state and local governments can expect to begin receiving funds from the most recent coronavirus relief bill. According to Andrea Noble at Route50.com, local governments are likely to begin receiving money before states, but this may still be weeks away. The funds to be dispersed are part of the massive $350 billion direct aid program passed under the American Rescue Plan Act. Local governments are in line to receive $130 billion in direct aid, divided evenly between cities and counties. States and the District of Columbia will receive a further $195 billion in aid. But the Treasury Department is still working on guidance that will help administer the payments. And this delay may be understandable after the widespread confusion surrounding the CARES Act last year. It took weeks for the Treasury Department to issue guidance on how that money was to be used, and the guidance continued to change. Under the new American Rescue Plan, the Treasury Department is allowed to take back the money if it isn't used in accordance with their guidance. But as we said, guidance for the current American Rescue Plan funds have yet to be published at the time of this recording. Once the details are worked out, states will be required to sign certification documents attesting to spend the money in accordance with the Act. Certification will hopefully be a simple one-page document similar to what was used with the CARES Act last year. And once certified, the Treasury Department only has 60 days to release the first round of aid. Related to this, there are ways you can optimize your roadmap to recovery with Polco. Polco helps you engage your residents to uncover detailed insights on community needs and align funds with your COVID-19 recovery priorities. Community surveys also lend to documenting the impact of your American Rescue Plan funded actions. Our surveys help you understand economic impacts, ensure quality, measure progress, and engage your community in recovery planning. Visit polco.us to learn more. Our next article today comes from Dan Bolin, partner at the law firm of Ansel Glink. Bolin considers what impacts will linger for local governments long after the pandemic has passed. At the top of his list is the need for continued availability when it comes to remote meetings. COVID-19 led to the rapid adoption of rules and procedures for remote attendance and virtual meetings. And according to Bolin, local officials and residents will continue to expect remote participation options in addition to physical attendance for local meetings. Next, Bolin highlights the increase in acceptance of working from home. Government employees were required to work from home during the pandemic, and they may expect to retain this option in the future. That's why Bolin urges local officials to implement a policy that facilitates working from home. Another impact that may linger for local governments relates to the right-of-way management. Many municipalities have implemented and increased curbside pickup zones. These are areas that facilitate social distancing while allowing residents to still purchase goods and services from bars, restaurants, and retailers. And Bolin anticipates these tactics will continue into the future. And finally, he suggests that many of the online services that local governments offered during the pandemic will continue to be in demand. Residents will likely want to continue taking advantage of offerings like virtual story time for young people and online exercise classes. And finally, today we offer a strategy article about hybrid work from the blog of Kevin Aikenberry. In it, he highlights several focus areas for helping your organization create a customized hybrid work environment. First, it's important to evaluate what balance of in-office and remote work is beneficial for your organization. And there are numerous options and combinations that can address both the needs of the organization and the needs of individual employees. To manage this process successfully, it is essential to engage a wide variety of perspectives in order to come to a decision that will be understood and accepted. Options range from a full return to the workplace to complete or largely remote solutions. There could be hybrid environments determined by the organization or by individual choice. Many will move forward with flexible working options where everyone comes to the office some of the time. But whatever the case, organizations need to open up the options and include as many parts of the organization as possible. After you've determined the basics of your hybrid work environment, it is essential to dive into detail, answer as many what-if questions as possible. The more clarity you can provide, the more commitment you will build to the new arrangement, and this is essential for everyone to move forward. As Aikenberry points out, the decisions made about hybrid work environments in the coming weeks and months will have lasting impact on the results of your organization. And it's best to think about these monumental decisions now in order to prepare and be ready, really be ready to meet that challenge. Thanks for watching the Polco Minute with me. My name is Angelica Waddell, Director of Communications at Polco National Research Center. Polco makes it easy for local governments to get accurate and reliable feedback from their communities. How are you keeping up with today's engagement issues and trends? Join a panel discussion with other local government leaders and us nationwide. Connect with me on LinkedIn or send us a note at polco.us/contact to let us know if you're in. See you next time.